let's be real, social media in the past has affected our relationship because
Yeah.
you would have side conversations with people. So the next question in the couples edition cards is, how does social media affect me in my day-to-day life, and how does it affect our relationship? I personally don't feel like it affects our relationship, but I think
I'm
it
gonna
could
say that.
affect other people's.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. For us personally, it
Yeah.
doesn't affect our relationship.
But let's still talk about this because I think, for example, the married man that hit me up in my DMs that we talked about,
Yeah.
I think if he's lying to his wife, obviously social media is negatively impacting their relationship.
Of course, right.
Because I think with social media, there's so many more options for people now. And there's so many more opportunities for people to sneak around or slide in DMs or carry on sidebar conversations or relationships, whatever. So I think social media can negatively impact a relationship.
Yeah.
I personally, people have like a couple accounts. I'm not down for that.
Yeah.
That's not.
You want to have a cat, right?
Right. That's just not for me. Yeah. I love that for you, but that's just not for us. I think that's where trust comes in.
Yeah.
Is having that open dialogue and that communication.
Yeah.
And let's be real, social media in the past has affected our relationship because you would have side conversations with people.
Yeah.
And we've had to work through that and move on past that.
From it, yeah.
And we had to rebuild trust. Yeah. So if that happens, I think that that's a whole nother conversation that we can have. But having to rebuild that trust takes a lot of work because I didn't trust you for a long time.
I know. But I wasn't to be trusted for a long time.
I know.
At the same time, I think it's anything can be used as an open space for a lesson, for opportunity of growth. Even with me having conversations on social media with other people, this would be even after the fact of me saying, hey, I'm going to have these conversations, and they wouldn't be had. And then they would be me trying to look for those conversations to be fulfilled in other places. And then having that come back to you and I and having to learn to look for the self-fulfillment and not for the external fulfillment. Yeah. So that's part of the whole social media affecting relationships.
And I think because we've been together for 17 years, I feel like those were like learning curves within our relationship, being young and being in our relationship and not knowing how to navigate that type of relationship.
100%.
I think that kind of comes with, I'm not saying it's excused behavior by any means, but I'm saying it did create more opportunity for us to communicate and grow together.
Space for growth. Yeah.
Because we were open-minded enough to have the conversation and see it from a perspective of understanding, or at least trying to understand one another, as opposed to like judgment, which I did have judgment too. So
that was a good.
Don't think that I didn't judge the situation, because I did.
For sure.
But it took some self-reflecting within, which obviously it's a common denominator, is going within and figuring it out within yourself. And then openly having that communication and dialogue with your partner.
That was good. That's real.
Thanks, I'm a communication expert. That's my degree. Do you think that social media affects your relationship? Drop it in the comments.